Welcome to Miler's Mods, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody asked a long time ago, what is the best dart to use? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. It's not really an easy question to answer either. So I'm going to try to answer that today. I'm going to do sort of a dart analysis, if you will. I've got 9 different types of darts. I've tested 9 different types of darts through various blasters and platforms to see which ones were the best for what situation. Let's begin, shall we? We'll start off with bamboo darts. These aren't Bamboo 2.0, these are the original bamboos. I've tried the Bamboo 2.0 and I wasn't really impressed with them, especially at the price of almost $30 for 200. That's a little high in my case. I mean, these are great darts. These darts here came out with the MK1, 1.1, and MK2. I mean, these are actually really interesting darts to use. They're called bamboo because of the ribbing, obviously, because they look like little bamboo plants. It's kind of cool. These blasters seem to work well in sealed breeches, such as caliburns, talon claws, dart zone blasters with metal barrels. Okay. They also work pretty good in brass as well. They're not the greatest in brass, but they do function well in brass, just not the greatest. Okay. Over here, we have diamond darts from Target. These are the ones that are the max darts, basically. I know everybody calls them something different or whatever, and that's fine. It is what it is. These darts actually are pretty good flywheel darts. If you live in the United States and you have a flywheeler like a Worker Phoenix or Nightingale or something like that, these are the darts you want to use, to be honest with you. They perform really well. They don't decap as bad unless you run them in something that does like 400 FPS, like a Milsig or something like that. I mean, but they actually work out fairly well, and they're nice, bright color, easy to find in the grass. I mean, I ran thousands of these darts through magazines, and these darts work well in the Phoenix, the Nightingale, the Lepus, and the Lightning Bug as well. You know, it's not a bad little thing. These aren't bad little darts either. You can get these ones at Target. They're like $17 for like 150. Yeah, Dart Zone's a little bit proud of their darts. I guess that's why they charge so much for them, but it is what it is. Over here, we have these are AF Pro darts. These are the darts that come with like the Nexus Pro, the Conquest Pro, the Deuce Pro, the Eon Pro, and the Jurassic Pro. These darts cost $10 for 100 at your local Walmart. These aren't bad either. These darts actually work very well in caliburns, talon claws, worker swifts, and stuff like that. Their breaking point is about 300 FPS though. You know, which isn't terrible, but it's pretty good. You know, these are great little darts actually. I use these darts mainly unless I'm playing HPA, and then I use a different type of dart that can actually withstand the speed and not destroy itself. But these are great little darts to use. You use them pretty much for medium ranges. Their break apart speed, like I said, is about 300. You know, maybe a little bit higher, but these are really good darts to use. If you have a caliburn or a talon claw, they're awesome to use. Absolutely great. You know, you should definitely be using these if you have a caliburn, talon claw, or a modified Nexus or Eon or something like that. These are jet darts, also known as game face darts. If you look at them, these were some of the first ones to come out here. These darts, though, they're only good to about 200 FPS. Anything over that, and you have a tendency to decapitate. And by decapitate, I mean you just blow the head right off. I mean, they're not bad, they're not great, but personally, I don't use these type of darts. Over here we have Worker Gen 3. These darts, they're not great at all. I'll be right up front and honest with you. They decap at about 200 FPS, which is pretty bad. You know, you'll just blow the heads right off of them. They don't work well in brass either. But you know, if that's all you can get, that's all you can get. And I get that. You know, these darts here, you can get them from Out of Darts or Foam Blast or wherever. You know, they're like $16 for like 200. They're not bad, they're just not great. Now, these are Worker Generation 4 Flywheel darts. I was excited to get these in, and then I ran them through my blasters, and I wasn't excited anymore. Granted, these darts work great in the Nightingale and the Phoenix, but that's about it. These darts, they are absolutely terrible in the Lightning Bug. They're terrible in the Lepus. They're just not a good quality dart all the way around. If I was going to use a flywheel dart, I would rather use the diamond darts from Target. They actually perform a lot better. I mean, I was rather excited to get these in, and then once I tried them, I was rather bummed out really quickly. I'm glad I only spent like $10 and got 100 of them. Now, this is where it gets a little bit expensive. These are what are known as dragon darts. These darts, they cost $20 for 50 darts. Okay? These darts are ultra foam with like an Adventure Force head on them. Now, these darts, they survive in my milsig. A 400 FPS shot, not a problem. The one side effect to a dragon dart is that it builds FPS. So instead of 400, I was getting like 410 FPS. I have the chronograph pictures to prove it. You know, but these darts are great. These darts you can use in 16mm barrel mainly. They don't work well in brass, however. High pressure air, they work great. These darts don't work well in flywheel either. I sent some of these darts out to Chris Cartea just to see what he could do with them because he has what's known as a Merlin barrel. A Merlin barrel allows you to build FPS. Chris is a very smart man. So I sent him 10 of these darts to test out. They did not like a Merlin barrel, believe it or not. I mean, he tested them out of his Bird of Prey too and other blasters, and they seemed to do okay. They weren't the newest and greatest to him, and he really didn't care for them. He did say that at close range, because he was shooting in his room, that the darts were breaking apart on impact, which they do. If they're hit at a wall at like 10 feet or less, they're going to break up as soon as they hit the wall. That's an awful expensive way to lose a dart, especially when they cost, again, for 50 pieces, they're $20, you know, which isn't terrible. Now, I also went out on a hunch from what somebody told me, and I bought these. These are what are known as Worker High-End Generation 3 Plus. The glue is much improved, and so is the foam. They're actually better quality. They cost about the same as regular Worker Gen 3, but these things, they're absolutely better. People have left these things outside for weeks, brought them inside, dried them off, and fired them, and they work. These darts work well in brass. They work well in 16mm sealed breeches. These things even took shots from my M79 at 400 FPS. I ran 18 of them through a mag on my M79, the exact same 18, 4 times. Twice on semi-auto and then twice on full auto. I didn't decap a single dart. I didn't destroy a single dart. I was rather impressed with them. I mean, these are one of the greatest darts to get out here. And they're not bad either. They're like $16 for like 200, which isn't bad at all. It's actually a really good price. Now, there's one other type of dart that I'm a little hesitant to talk about. These are darts that should not be used in a battle. The only way you should use these darts in a battle, and I mean that, is if you catch somebody cheating. Reason being is these are what is known as black bees. Okay, they've got a hard tip like full vinyl jackets. These are basically vinyl heads. Okay, they are very painful. The only time that I've used these, and I haven't used these on a player yet, is that if I catch somebody cheating, I always carry a mag and I'm going to light them up with it. That'll teach them not to cheat. Because these will leave bruises on you. No exaggeration. I've gotten shot by them myself. My son shot me once with one just to see what it would do. And it left a bruise on me for like 3 days. But these are darts that you should not use in a war. You mainly get these darts here when you buy like a knockoff gecko or something like that from Amazon or wherever. But yeah, these are not a dart that you want to use. I mean, they're pretty accurate, yeah. You can buy these darts separately as well from China, and they're not terribly expensive. Just in good conscience, I can't use them because I know that would seriously hurt somebody if I use them. So if I had to pick a dart, a good all-around dart to use, though, I would probably pick these guys here, the Generation 3 Plus. One, they're cheap, they're easy to get around the world, and they work rather well in all platforms. Well, I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoyed my dart analysis. If you need any buy links for these darts or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment and I will provide the link. Until next time, this is Myler's Mods signing off.